Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll take you on a tour of the storage hall and basement crafting hub that I built over on Farmheim. Speaking of Farmheim, make sure you check out my Farmheim buddies Erika and Kongveal for more awesome Farmheim, Valheim, and other content. This video will be about 10 minutes long or so, and we'll start with a walk around the outside. I'm pretty happy with how this build went. It's really large, like twice the size that I had planned on. I had really wanted it to have that big warehouse feeling on the outside, while keeping it close to the look that Erika set for us on the main lodge. And I wanted it to be close enough to the main lodge and such that it's not a chore to use. And you can pull a cart through the wide aisles of the hall super easily. I used a ton of ladders on this build, but I really like them as windows. Being able to see all the way through the building is really cool. Using the storage hall is pretty easy. I built it so that you can walk down each one of the aisles from the outside as well as from the inside. The basement is set up to be pull-throughable too. I'll show you that here in a minute. I really hadn't initially planned on there being this many ways in and out of the building, but I'm glad I built it this way. It makes it really easy to use. Oh, there's a crate there. But it also makes it really cool to see in and out of during the day and at night. Before you go in, make sure your camera is zoomed all the way in. That really helps with being able to see inside and with how I designed it to feel. I wanted this space to feel open, but also kind of like a library or some kind of market. So I built this really cool high ceiling with the hanging braziers and the skylights, but then you have these really tight aisles that just packs in a ton of stuff. I had always planned on this building being part of the adventure dock. That way, once you've had your hard day of adventuring, you could just park your boat and then drop off all your stuff before heading home for the night. The storage aisles are built so that you don't have to go down each individual aisle to get what you need. These floating signs are super helpful in keeping this organized and usable. The signs are hidden just beneath the surface of the chest so that the text shows through, but the sign wood doesn't. I have an example downstairs in the basement that I'll show you. I also slanted the poles that lead into the aisle. I feel like that looks kind of nice. This build is definitely built around using the smart containers and crafting from containers mod. I made design choices that I definitely wouldn't have made if we were doing a 100% vanilla run. I probably wouldn't have built it half as big as it is. We have bulk storage for things like coal, wood, our specialty woods over here, stone, and then the bones and hides and meats and such are all on the other side. Each one of these shelves has 7 chests, and there are 4 shelves per side of the aisle. That gives 460 storage slots per aisle and a total of 3,650 slots for the entire storage hall. That's pretty insane, right? I'll make a quick tutorial on how to build this right here, but it's really just a bunch of chests shoved together. Overall, I'm really pleased with how the storage came out. It was a lot of fun to build, and it was a lot of fun to plan. Speaking of planning, let's head to the basement, where I didn't plan a thing. I love how this came out. I built the basement so that you can just bring your heavy cart down the ramp, through the hall, and then just easily drop off all your junk. And then just keep rolling on through. We also have a small portal hub down here. Here's my animal farm, Kongveal's Greator farm, and Erika's farm. Now, whenever we need to do some drop-offs from our resource hubs, we can just pop through the portal and put it in the drop box. This sign here is a really good example to use. I'll show you how to do this floating sign thing. I just need mats. Thank goodness for the crafting from container mods. It really helps. Alright, just break this. Now, build a sign so that it's perpendicular to the surface that you want your sign on. The trick is that you need to have just enough of a gap between the sign and the chest to fit your cursor. Aim your cursor for that gap and then slide your cursor around to get a feel for the positioning. When you have the sign wood hidden but the dots of the sign are showing, build your sign and then remove the first sign. Sometimes you have to play with it a bit for support, but what was this? Dropbox on a bunch of spaces to make the text centered on the chest. Oh, too many. Being able to make these floating signs inside chests, it's pretty cool. Pretty soon we'll be able to make colored signs too. The cool thing is that the sign isn't in the way of us using the chest, so we can just deposit our stuff here, and the Smart Containers mod will redirect that stuff to wherever it needs to go. Just like magic. I'm really happy with how the basement lighting looks. I used some circlets for passive lighting. I'm really proud of how these hearth walls look all around the basement and down both of the hallways. I used so many stake walls and hearths. I'll make a video for you soon. Thank you for 800 subscribers. I really appreciate all of you. And thank you for my Farmheim buddies, Erika and Kongveal. You guys are really awesome. These two signs are for you. If you see any blank signs around any of the builds I make, those are for you guys to use. On to the crafting area. I think this looks really cool, and I'm pretty pleased with how functional it is. Honestly, this whole build is just productivity city, you know? Anyhow, I inset these chests into the hearth wall. We have chests for all of our metals here, and wow, that's a lot of silver. Holy cow, guys, great job. We have a maxed out workbench here with all the workbenchy stuff hidden away in a super secret place. Did you spot the entrance to the first super secret hidey spot? I showed the way in a little earlier in this video. More hearth wall chests here for arrows and stuff. And then some chests here for crafting mat. I figured there's stuff we use for armor and whatnot that we can keep down here. There's a portal to the main lodge and a maxed out forge. Should this be Geordie? Like, can we move their name here or title? Would that be like Geordie-A? Anyhow, I really like how this looks. I'm so glad this came out as good as it did. Anyways, this hallway leads to the outside. Also, there's this little shopping list board for, my torch is out. We need iron. I've heard that. I figured we could keep this updated for each other, post the updates on our community tabs, or not, it's just fun. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this came out, and I've been super stoked to get to show it off to all of you. That's about it though. It looks great at night too. Erika and Kongveal, there are 2 secret spots to find. I left some signs for you to sign when you do find them, and when you get to explore the areas. You don't need to build anything or break anything to get in. Good luck. And I hope it's fun. I showed both entrances off in this video, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much for 800 subscribers. Make sure you check out Erika and Kongveal, and we'll see you in another video.